on the Comedy Zone, writing stuff down, writing ideas down.
That'd be me.
Yeah, but it works for you.
But I love, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I love listening, talking to different artists. Everybody have their own process, channeling their art, man. I find it fascinating, man.
Yeah.
Especially for you guys who don't write that down. I think that's dope, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't look at a piece of paper and make it seem authentic, and so. But after that night, I was waiting for someone else to come up to me and say something negative. I was just wanting it. And because
you want that fuel.
I wanted that fuel. And then I remember I was sitting there one night, and I was before I went up, and Brandon Rainwater went up there.
Shout out to Brandon.
Yeah, the funniest dude. And it was Ryan Rubin did a set. He did a set. Robin Scott did a set. And I said, I wonder how long I can do an impression, but stay in that impression the rest of the night, even if I'm not on stage. I wonder if I kind of like test myself. And I remember I was doing Jay Leno, and I was like, Robin had taken me to another spot to do it. There was like another stand-up thing going on downtown. It was for a bunch of charter cable executives, and all these dudes were plastered. So we could have went up there and did karaoke, and they wouldn't have known the difference. I mean, they were, and I remember I was doing Jay Leno the whole night, and they loved it, you know. And it was so. I mean, again, it's criticism's good because if you take it as a learning lesson and a learning curve where someone says, that don't really sound like this person or whatever it may be, and then you go up there and you literally do it in front of the person that told you can't do it, man, that's so gratifying.
Yeah,
that's the most gratifying feeling in the world, yeah.
Well, man, I'll ask you a few more questions before we get out of here, man. And I definitely got to invite you back, because I know you got probably millions of stories.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely got to invite you back. So, now, as a parent, you know, you got the kids, man, and me and my best friend, my roommate, we talk about it all the time, man. Like, when you have kids, how you see yourself in those kids. So, with the kids you got, do you see, like, any of them maybe having the talent that you have?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Izzy, our oldest, she's 6, and she is literally the goofiest kid ever. Anna's goofy. I mean, they're all goofy in their own way. Finley, you know, he's saying a million things, and you don't really know what it is he's saying, but he knows what it is, and he knows what it means. But, like, yeah, especially Izzy. I mean, she'll trip and fall and start laughing. Anna will trip and, like, make themselves fall, and, like, they'll jump off the couch and stuff, and then Marley will, like, be looking down at something, and she'll run smack dab into the wall, and then she'll start laughing. And I'm like, that's me and my wife, because my wife...
both of y'all kind of... Yeah.
So it's like, you know...
That's got to feel good, though,
man. It feels
good,
great.
because, you know, they may pass it on, carry your legacy, you know. That's a beautiful thing.
I'm at a point in my life now, man, where especially since I've been on this fitness journey, I revamped, well, I can't say me, my wife revamped my whole Instagram and made it all, made it all physical and educational stuff because of her not sitting me down when she did. I mean, I owe who I am right now. Like, this version of me sitting in front of you, that was not the same version a couple years ago. Because I was doing a lot of dumb stuff. I was drinking a lot. I was not really, focusing on what she was doing. I was trying to focus on what I was doing and trying to cheer her on at the same time. But then I noticed if you do something together, it's a beautiful thing. But she had to come to me and be like, we started this like towards the end of last year. We were going to the gym every day and stuff. And I remember we were driving down the road one night, and I just took her hand and I said, "You saved my life. Like, you literally saved my life." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "If you hadn't set me down and said, and just was blunt and honest, and was like, you're not taking care of yourself. You need to get healthier. I'm worried about you. I wasn't eating a whole lot. It was bad. And if she had not done that, I don't think I would have had the passion or the motivation or the fire that I have in me now, because you are your biggest enemy. The person you see in the mirror every day, that's the person you're going up against. It's nobody else. They're all there. The pieces are all there. But if you yourself are not invested in something that someone else is doing, like I saw her start her fitness journey, and I was like, I can just support her and still do my thing. No, it doesn't work, man. It's going to fall apart every single time. She's going to lose motivation because her king is not forming with the queen, and the kingdom's going to fall apart.
Snap on that.
The kingdom's going to fall apart. My wife has literally stuck by my side through everything. And now that our kids are here, and now that our careers are taking off, and our lives are getting better, we're active every day. We're going to the park, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, we were homebodies. Like, we didn't go anywhere. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. But if she had not have set me down and was like, you gotta cut this shit out. I don't know what you're doing, but you gotta cut it out. So I stopped drinking. I used to smoke cigarettes. I cut that cold.
But you look good. You can tell, man.
Yeah, dude. You could see the bones in my face. Like, I wasn't like anorexic by any means. And no offense to anyone who's going through that, but I just was not taking care of myself. I went from 130 to 145 in just a couple of weeks because I'm bulking, as they say right now.
Yeah.
I'm eating like over 3,000 calories a day.
Man, that's good.
Yeah, but again, you can do it by yourself, but the traction eventually is going to give out because you can only do so much as one person. But if you have somebody who's doing it with you, like a significant other who's running out of traction, and you both put together what you're doing, and you add more traction, and you keep going together, you're unstoppable.
That's awesome.
There's nothing you can't achieve. And she's beautiful, and she's intelligent, and she's always honest with me. That's what I love about her. It's like sometimes she's so honest with me, I get mad. Like, she'll say something, and I'm just like, why the hell would you say that? Like, why would you say that? And then I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, she was right.
She's been the best friend.
She's been the best friend.
And my homies talk about all the time. You don't have a friend that be real with you.
Yeah.
So, no, you messing up, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a real one. You know what I'm saying? So you got that in your wife. So that you got a double package of, bro.
I have a lot of friends, but I don't have honest enough friends, calling y'all out, to be like, bro, what are you doing? You know, like, you're messing up. You gotta cut this crap out. You're gonna lose everything. Dude, I was going down a path with drinking that was so bad that I literally came to a point where my wife was like, if you don't stop and you don't get better, and this is the conversation I'm talking about, if you don't get better and you don't do something to change yourself, I'm done. The comedy in me and the comic in me, I gave up all that because I started focusing on myself. And then now that I notice that I'm happier and I'm healthier and I'm living a more active lifestyle and I can showcase it for a lot of people, I want to be a voice for people who don't think they can, and I want to let them know they can. You got to take the.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
You got to take the can'ts to the cans because it's not.
Bars.
It's never going to get easier. Life is never going to give you a free pass. So why in the hell do you stay where you are and think you're going to amount to anything? Because you can't move without pushing stuff down out of your way. Right. If it's negative people, push them aside. If it's an addiction, get help. Push it aside. I used to drink like a fish, and I haven't drank in months. And it's like I see people, like, we go on dates downtown and we drink nothing but water. Like, literally, I have water in here. I drink pre-workouts before I go work out. I drink protein shakes. Like, all this shit I didn't even know about. Like, water was like a nuisance to me. You know what I mean? It was like, I'm not gonna drink water. I didn't even know. Like, I would. There was a point in my life, Moody, I would take a beer over my family. And then I started realizing that my kids are getting older. They're starting to realize stuff. And, oh man, I'll tell you one more quick story. When my son was born, that's when things really got real for me. I got 3 girls. I love them. They're my little princesses. I would die for each one of them in a heartbeat. But when Finley came into the world, I literally heard God's voice say, this is your time to show him what your dad never showed you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that can relate to not having a father figure, and that's why I love my wife so much, is because she didn't have a mom, but she had a great dad. I didn't have a great dad, but I have an amazing mom. So we can intertwine that. And so when Finley came into the world, I still messed up. I still, drank a lot, and but like, now that he's 1, it's like, now that I'm better, now that he knows that daddy's better, man, it's just, I don't mind showing emotion now. Like, I used to hate showing emotion. I used to hate being, like, vulnerable like that. But, man,
but it's real.
It's real, man.
It's real, but when you do that, that's when people who's watching, like, wow, if he can do that, I could do that.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Facts. All right, before we leave, man, I want you to give me the top 5 comedians, your top 5 list, comedians, best comedians or greatest comedians of all time. Or your top 5 favorite, however you want to do it. But give me top 5.
Well, God, that's hard, man. I gotta say Jim Carrey's gotta be number 1.
Okay.
I gotta say Adam Sandler's number 2. Hey, this ain't man. Chris Farley, I forgot to mention him. Chris Farley,
that dude right there.
So Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, David Spade, and Dana Carvey and Frank Caliendo, both in that same category.
Okay.
As far as impressions.
The whole SNL lineup right there.
The whole SNL, and Will Ferrell. I mean, you can't. I mean, just literally anyone that's made people laugh that I find funny, I follow and I look up to so much. Like I hate the word idolize because it just bothers me. But it's like if I worship this person. It's like no, there's only one person you gotta be worshiping. I mean, that's just my opinion on it.
Put that person influence or you emulated that person. You thought highly of this person.
Yeah.
I got you.
But before we wrap up, I gotta do the one that I'm most known.
I'm about to say you gotta leave us with an impression. That's my thing. You gotta leave us with an impression, my brother.
So this is Donald Trump ending an interview. Go ahead, Moody.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Within the Story. I've been your host, Moody Black. We got my brother John Bell, and he's gonna take us home.
This has been a tremendous experience. Been a long time coming on. This is a tremendous. I mean, look at this, a beautiful background. You're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful person. And the country is getting back stronger and better than ever. And no thanks to me. Well, all thanks to me. And let's go ahead and toot my own horn. Me and JD Vance are ripping the cords out of the walls, people. And this has been a great experience, Moody. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm about to get on Air Force One and fly back home. Where's home? Well, home is right here with all of you. And this is a special time. You're a beautiful person.
So y'all, you know I don't bring President Trump on the show. You know that, you know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know what it is. Be good, be great, be kind. See you next time. Stay on the grind. Peace. Yeah, that's that feel good.